on.
G'day everyone, Adam here going overland. We've got
Haley. Joe.
Together we are travelling around Australia in an old 4 drive, which is barely holding together, and camper trailer. So anyway, give us a thumbs up. Hope you like this week's video. It really helps us out. We're just regular Australians doing the trip of a lifetime that we've been planning for a few years.
Yeah.
On a budget, on a timeline. Anyone can do this trip, guys. So write some notes and then get out there and explore this beautiful country. Let's get going. Woo! Yeah. Cooper, come here, buddy. Are you crying? Come here, buddy. Cooper. Hello. Hey, buddy.
Oh my god.
Oh. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Well, we made it. Good job.
So,
Just texting Cooper.
half an hour home. What a strange feeling.
Feels weird.
This house is so much cleaner and bigger than we remember.
Yeah.
But,
Time to downsize.
yeah. So, big job. We've got to take strip airing out, the car and camper, airing off the roof racks, clean it all, give it a good detail, get a list going, all the things that need repairing. The fuel tanks, wash out the water tanks, wheel bearings need re-greasing, need new trailer tyres. So, just because we're home doesn't mean the work ends now. If anything, now the work starts. Getting ready for the next trip. Oh, check everything over, make sure everything is A1 before the next time we leave. But this thing is a mess. The trailer hasn't had a good clean in 6 months. Oh, have a look at this. Dust everywhere. But it's done some hard kilometres. Trailer held up really well. And the Patrol, 30-year-old bus, really good. Really happy with how the Patrol handled these conditions. But just like the trailer, we'll get a list going. Got to pull apart the front end, all new bearings, new seals, new grease. Got to get new solar panels, new lights because those front ones are useless. Tyres, BFG's really good, really happy with them. But the kids have also made a big mess of the back. So I'll have to clean all that up, give it a wash, give it a detail. Yeah. Strange feeling being home, real strange. Oh well, let's get to work. So I just want to show you guys, under the bed, not only did we have all the chairs and table and stool, we had our 2 dryers of bones, but we had these 2 grey boxes full of clothes that we didn't use. Kids had a box, me and Larissa had a box. Basically, we had a drawer each. Right? And that was enough clothes. So if all that was dirty, it was too much washing anyway. So if we used all that extra clothes, we would have 5 or 6 loads of laundry to do.
Yeah, that's my biggest regret.
So,
I brought way too many clothes.
I had one bag spare, one Woolies bag. I'll show you what I had spare. But you just don't know. You don't know. So, I've got some new shirts there. This is what I had spare that I never used at all. Just got shirt and shorts in there basically. I end up just living out of these going overland shirts, which were great.
Perfect.
SPF 50 plus. You roll the sleeves up when it's cold, hot. Roll the sleeves down when you're in the sun. They're vented. They got dirty. They were dirty within an hour of wearing them. So look, if you're doing a camping trip like we did, you need clothes where you can just throw them away at the end of the trip. I'll probably keep mine, wear them as a badge of honour. If you're doing a trip sort of where you're remote and then you're in holiday parks and stuff, probably take an assortment of good clothes and camping clothes. But there you go. That's probably the only things we really didn't use was the clothes in these grey boxes. Another little storage solution I wanted to show you guys. So in the drawers, one side was my toolbox, the spares. A lot of spares in there, recovery straps, all my toolbox. Further back, all the little stuff. This side was my recording and camera equipment. And I wanted to show you guys mainly the laptop box. A lot of people ask me how I stored the laptop and what we did. So I just want to show you real quick. Alright, the box. It's from Super Cheap Auto. It's like 30 bucks. It's a metal box. And it comes with a lot of little storage tubs around the outside here. Right, the whole thing's full of it. Got some foam from Clark Rubber. Pretty cool. And then in here, there's the laptop. Alright, handle all those corrugations, all the dust. And underneath there, another layer of foam, and then the solid state memory cards. So awesome solution. One of these boxes from Super Cheap Auto. So day one. Day one. First thing.
I've not looked at grocery shopping.
Shopping. Unload the trailer. And then get it all cleaned out. It's a big job.
Yeah.
But at least with a 6-month trip or a year-long trip, you only need to do it once or twice.
So glad we've come home to our house as well. Like, I don't know how these people do it, where they sell everything and then they have to start again.
Yeah. So we already had everything. We had a house sitter, so everything's all set up. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for us is cleaning everything and getting it ready for the next trip. Getting a list going on what needs repairing. So yeah, I'm just stripping it all out, taking everything out bit by bit, and just giving it a real good clean. The floor is still filthy, but all the beds are all stripped out.
Have you found anything interesting?
Oh, yeah. So all underneath, clean it all out bit by bit, all in the front. So just an update. Spent all day yesterday washing out the camper, cleaning it all up. It's drying today. So while it's drying, today it's time to spend some attention on the car. First step is got to strip it all out, clean out all the dust. If you remember on the Gib, we lost the aircon, so we had a lot of dust coming in the car, the windows down. Clear out the roof racks, all the kayaks and swimming gear, solar panel that's broken, so it's got to come off. Inside, just it's filthy. It's living out of here for 6 months and not being properly cleaned. So all behind the back seats all needs a good clean out. And yeah, it needs a detail and everything. Joe's been picking out his windowsill, the little bugger. So do all that, clean the front up, and then it's a matter of organising some parts. We've got to get all new seals for the front end, seals for the trailer so we can grease all that up. Yeah, big job. So today I'm going to get stuck into the patrol. One more little tip I want to show you guys. Every car's got the vent, so when you shut the door, it lets a bit of air out. So what we did with ours, just from experience, we put a bit of foam in there, and that stops a lot of the dust going in through that vent while you're driving. Yeah, good little trick. We've used it for years. It does work. But this trip, without that aircon running during the Gib, you know, wasn't as well as it normally does. There's another little trick. That's our fuel tank breather up there. So when we did Cape York, I knew what to expect. We'd done it before. And breathers on most cars are quite low. And I thought, well, if I do get stuck, I don't want water in the fuel tank. So The original height is about here on the patrol, inside the guard. We ran it up the pillar to here with a little filter on there. So that's the end of the filter that you can see.
Something. What are you doing?
Good, busy.
Hang on.
What's today? Day 3 since we've been up.
You haven't stopped.
I haven't stopped. The washing machine hasn't stopped either. We've just been washing the whole time. So, Patrol's had a once over, a good wash. Still got to finish the rims off, but I'm washing inside the door because if you come inside, come over close, look, have a look at all the dust down in the bottom. That's all stuck in there, all in the sills. So we take all them apart.
Yeah.
Clean them all up. Even where the rubbers have been rubbing on the door.
Yeah.
All that grime needs coming off, otherwise it wrecks the paint.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big job. It's probably about 4 hours of washing the car, and then finish with the trailer this morning. That's all clean and put away. It's sitting on jack stands, and it's ready now to rip apart all the axles and grease them all up.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I've also dummied up the far side.
Sorry, I don't know.
Hey, that's all right. So, said that wheel alignment was out on that trailer. Have a look. You can have a real good look at it here. There's like bald on this side, and this side's still got about 8 mil of tread.
This guy seriously doesn't stop. Where is he? He's like still working. I think he stops to eat and sleep. That's about it.
It's getting there.
Oh,
yeah,
babe.
it's starting to look good inside. Like,
yeah, working so hard. This is what. Yeah, this is. Oh, I'm starting to recognise a car.
Yeah. I've got to still do all the vinyl and everything, but it's starting to get cleaned up, which is good.
Yeah.
The rims are coming up all right.
Yeah, awesome work, babe.
Oh, we've got people coming in now.
Yeah, we actually got a couple of friends coming over tonight for a celebratory beer that we're back, so yeah, it's excited, but yeah, all good. Surely you're done.
Huh, not even close. Yeah, no, just armour rolling all the interior now, getting it back to the way it used to look.
Yeah.
A lot of dust got in here.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Looks so good though.
It's getting there. It's looking a lot better. We've got to take the seat covers off, give them a wash. But hey, for a 30-year-old car, she comes up for all she does.
Yeah, she's looking really good. Needs some tyre shine too. But,
yeah.
But no, this is day 4 or day. No, hang on, day 5 of being home, and Adam has not stopped. He's just been smashing all of it, and yeah.
Done. Get it done sooner than later.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah. I don't know. I still want to take the roof racks off again and give the roof a polish, give the car another cut and polish.
Yeah.
But that can all be done bit by bit. The main rush is just to get it cleaned up, so then you can start doing some repair work on it without all the dirt and grime and stuff inside the car. Yeah, no way.
I have a feeling the kids will not be allowed to go in this for at least a month.
So another day, another couple of jobs to do. The repair work. So we've got to put the rear light back on the back of the car, the spotlight, because nighttime you just cannot see anything behind you with just the factory lights. So we'll weld that back together. The exhaust mount that broke early in the trip, I'm going to weld that back to the bracket. But we're not going to solid mount it. We're going to put a bit of rubber in between the mount. Hopefully that gives it a bit more flex. And we've got the Perspex cover for the window. It got so hot in the top end, they warped from the heat. So I'm going to get the heat gun out, see if I can straighten them. Otherwise I'll just go get some new Perspex, make some new sheets up. And we've replaced half the Anderson plugs. A lot of them cracked, and some of them just fell to pieces. The constant use and the rough roads. So I replaced all those because we were just getting really poor connections, and something critical like your solar, you've got to have good connections. So the big tip, get good quality Anderson plugs, not the cheap ones off eBay. There is a difference, and that's what you're paying for. The plastic is a lot tougher. The design is a little bit different. And those Nava ones might be 20 bucks for 2. There is a big difference. So it's been a pretty productive couple of days. Cleaned up the chassis on the trailer and hit that with some new chassis black because it was peppered in stone chips. And we've just ripped the fuel tank out of the Patrol, the auxiliary fuel tank. I'll show you where it's been leaking. So this weld here is cracked, and then in this corner here the weld's cracked too. I think maybe it's been peppered with stones on this corner. So we're going to get that sent down to a local bloke. He's going to weld it up and repair it. Alright, just picked up the fuel tank. She's all repaired, so big shout out to Newman Steel. No discount or anything like that, we just paid full price. But yeah, they got it all welded up in a day, so thanks guys. I'm going to go home and get this thing put back in the next couple of days. Flush it out first, I suppose. So this is one of the biggest jobs I've been not looking forward to doing. Tearing down the front end and changing all the seals. There's 5 seals on each side. There's a stack of bearings. You get a few years out of the seals, but it's a big job. A lot of labour. Nothing technical. So that's why I'm doing it myself. I want to see how everything looks after the trip, if water's got into anything. So far it's all looking good, just the grease is gone, just with that heat at the top end. So yeah, we'll just get it all cleaned up, put all new seals in it, re-grease all the bearings and throw it all back in. Alright, so we just picked up the new tyres for the trailer, put the fuel tank back in. That was a pain. I put bigger bolts in as well, so just to get them all to work, took a lot of extra fiddling around. I just want to show you guys the difference between these tyres and the new ones. We bought these just before the big lap, and I've changed. First time I've run all terrains, well, first time in years. So went to the BFG Goodrich, the all-terrains. They're 33 by 12.5 on a 15-inch rim, the old school size. I went with them because my dad used to run them for years and he never had a problem. Now these tyres that we bought, worked it out, they've done about 27,000 kilometres, probably about 9,000 to 10,000 on the really rough, corrugated, rocky roads, beaches, all that stuff. And looking at them, they've used maybe 3 mil of tread, maybe 4. Pretty well balanced all the way around. Yeah, really happy with them. We had that one puncture along the gib, and the rest, no issues at all. So really happy with them. So yeah, bigger tyres on the trailer. Main reason is for on the beaches and on the sand, just to spread the load a lot more. Those skinny tyres, they dig in really bad. So there we go. We'll get these babies on and go for a test drive. How good do they look? Oh yeah, nice and white. Might have to put some flares on it though. Some wider flares. They look good. Nice big fat tyres, that's what you want to see. So put all the wheels on, had all the brakes back here and all that stuff like you know. Went for a test drive and this side got really hot, so something in here's jammed, similar to what happened on the other side on our trip. So went up to Cruise Master yesterday And I've got a whole new brake assembly, so I'm going to rip this off, put the new one on, and that way they're both matching and they're both pretty much the same age as well. So I don't know what's failed, but there's a lot of play in that. And here's the whole new brake assembly, all ready to go. It's just a matter of bolting it on, hooking up the wires and hooking up the handbrake. Super easy. Anyone can do it. Well, anyone with a bit of experience with mechanics. Oh, alright, Friday afternoon. So, brakes are all on the other side, all wired up, ready to go for a test drive. Got the new flares on too, they look great. So these are 90mm flares. The old ones were 50mm, so that's how much the track's changed. And now with these tyres, the track is exactly the same as the Patrol, because we got these arms changed a few years back in preparation for when we changed the tyres. I just didn't want to change them while the tread was still good. So they're all ready to go. I'm just fitting this last flare now, just got to pop rivet it on and then put the tyre on and go for a test drive. Oh yeah, nice and legal too. We don't want to draw any attention to ourselves with the police or the Department of Transport. So that's good. So, we've had 2 weeks at home. Have a look at this. There we go. Had 2 weeks at home. Works where I used to work, offered me a job again in Precision. So in the meantime I'm going to take it up until I decide what I really want to do long term. Look, still interested if you guys want to do any tag along tours. Probably free of charge at first. Let me know in the comments. See what we can organise. We're in southeast Queensland, so we're happy to do some weekend away with you guys, some overlanding trips. Yeah, so let us know in the comments. How do we feel after the big lap and being home? Well, it's a shame to be home. I'd rather be travelling. But I had a lot of things on my mind with our setup, things that I wanted to get fixed up before we go again. So now we're right to go, but there's just COVID everywhere we want to go now. So look, next year we're going to do a snow trip. I'm starting to get ready for that. I already bought a big ski jacket. And yeah, maybe in a couple of years we'll hit the road again for maybe a year or two, I reckon. See how we go. But in the meantime, there's plenty of long weekends coming up. We've got school holidays coming up. And a few little sneaky overnighters too, I reckon. Cheers.